Hi, my name is Cindy and I'm with Capbandoo Cooling Headwear and Accessories. We've been making cooling headwear for you for 25 years, and today I'm going to introduce you to our sports safety Capbandoo. This hat is very unique and a lot of technology here. We've actually made it in ANSI compliant safety fabric and also added the 3M Scotch-Lite high visibility tape. It's pretty much designed initially for the safety industry. However, we've had a lot of interest from runners that want to be seen when they're day or night, when they're out jogging, as well as people that are hiking that want to be seen on the trail. Very effective for that. We have a UPF 50 plus protection on the top of your head. This is not something that washes out. This has to do with the density of the fabric we're using. And we also added our cooling chamber, which is consistent with all of our products. They all have the cooling technology. And here we put it in the sweatband area where you take the entire hat, you put it in water, which I'll show you in just a moment in my demonstration, and these crystals turn to a gel and they evaporate, keeping you cool. Here is how we would hydrate the sports safety Capbandoo. You'll notice that I have it in a sink of water. This is tap water, obviously, and this is what we want you to use when you hydrate our products. You may do it in a sink, you may do it in a bowl, you may do it in a container, but we ask that you use clean tap water. It performs best for the applications of hydrating the product. That said, different mineral contents within the water hydrate them at different rates. So give or take 5 minutes, should be pretty well ready for you to blot dry and use. While it's in the water, we want you to move the crystals that are contained within the chamber, and we want you to spread them throughout the chamber to fill the chamber evenly. In production, when we make the cap, sometimes the crystals settle in one particular area, but the idea is that we want you to massage those crystals and make sure that they're evenly distributed, so when it does fill up with the gel, it fills up evenly. Then the idea is that this is the end result. We want the product to be evenly hydrated and the entire crystal chamber to be full of gel. And then we're going to, I'm going to fast forward here a little bit. It hasn't obviously activated all the way because it hasn't been in the water long enough, but I just want to show you how you would dry it, and then we'll go through kind of how it feels. So we're just basically going to blot dry the hat with a towel. Not squeezing it too hard, but blot drying it, and the end result is that you would have a hat like this, where it is no longer wet. It is actually dry completely to the touch. This hat was hydrated about 24, maybe 30 hours ago for our product demonstration today, and you can see that I hope you can see that it's completely dry. However, and even this cotton here is dry, it's dry to the touch. However, the cooling is there, and I'm going to show you proof of that. This is a surface temperature thermometer, and here I'm going to show you the temperature of my skin, which is about 84 degrees, 85 degrees, and the temperature of the band in the cooling cap, the sports safety cap. It's 70 degrees. So ideally, if I had this hat on right now, I would be very chilly. So this is what happens after 30 hours approximately of evaporation, thereabouts. So that is kind of what's gone on here today, and that'll show you how to hydrate the cap. To wash the products, we suggest you use a liquid hand soap, brand of choice, whatever you prefer. The reason being is it's not highly concentrated, and this is going to be a hand washing process, so Perhaps just squirt a little bit onto a washcloth. Use a little bit of moisture, water, and while the product is obviously sometimes hydrated, you might have soils on it. So we want to use the liquid hand soap with the washcloth as a scrubber to get the stains out. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we really rinse it thoroughly and get all the soap out. You could do this when the product is dry. This is obviously preferred, but in this case the product is a little hydrated. That will get some soils out. Just make sure you get all the water out. When you're, here's another example when we're using it for the sport Capbandoo, which would be applicable to any of our hats. We want to use this as well to kind of use these washcloths as a scrubber is a great way to get stains out. And again, just rinse it really well because you obviously want to get all that soap out of there so it's not against your skin. And again, it's best to do this when the product is evaporated, but you can also, get it. Just make sure you rinse it really well if it's not evaporated, and get your stains out. The last thing I want to share with you is how to store your Capbandoo product. Once the product is hydrated, it's very important that you allow it to evaporate. We never want to store our headwear, our neck bandoos, any of the products, Capbandoos and Bandoo rags, in an enclosed area. We want to let them continue to breathe until they reduce back down to a crystal shape, completely dried out. There's no gel left. This is going to prevent the product from mildewing. If it's left in an enclosed area, there's nowhere for it to go. It's going to tend to mildew, and we don't want that to happen. So we want it to be in an open air environment. And the other thing is we don't want to leave it in a bowl of water because that will also overhydrate the product. Once it's hydrated, there's no need to keep hydrating it until it starts to reduce back down to a crystal again. You can do that intermittently, but never beyond a hydrated state. And we want to make sure you monitor it at all times. You don't want to just leave it in there, or else you're going to have an overhydration condition, which again will cause the crystals to ooze through the product, and you have to wipe them off and then wait for it to evaporate back down. Not the intended use of the product. We want to make sure we hydrate it to a flexible shape and let it dry out. Do not keep it in an enclosed area. If you're ever traveling with it, it's suggested that you don't keep it in a packed suitcase for a long period of time. If it's still moist, maybe do it as a carry-on and let some air get to it. So this is kind of going to keep it in good shape. You take care of the product. I really recommend that you read our product instructions front to back, follow them. You'll read on our testimonials that people have had our products for many, many years, and that is definitely a telltale of them following our product instructions.